Hello, Skin Diamond.
Hi,
How are you, beautiful?
I'm fabulous, thank you.
Awesome. You look fabulous. And here we are having a fireside chat.
I know it's nice and warm. It's cold in LA now. I mean,
Right?
not as cold as some places, but in consideration of how hot it is
Yeah,
usually.
one day it was 90, the next it's 40. It is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's great to see you. It's been a while, and
Yes,
you
yes.
look beautiful as ever. What's been going on with you?
I've been super busy working on my website, skindiamondvip.com, which hopefully will be launching probably around the time of AVN.
Super.
And hopefully anyway. And I've also had my very first big movie come out. It's called Skin,
Yeah.
so that's fun. I got to do a few firsts in that movie.
Yay.
Lots of DPs and things like that.
Yay.
And also, yesterday I recorded voice for a video game, and I'm not allowed to say anything about it. But I am a character in a video game.
We can't say the company?
Can't say the company.
Oh, shit.
Can't say anything. I had to sign a disclosure form
Oh, okay.
for so I'm not allowed to talk about it really.
But your voice would be on a fun video game.
It will be. I will be playing a hooker in a video game, like one of the hookers that I guess the player can interact with.
Nice.
And there's, I guess, at some point during the game, the player will be able to have solicit me for sex and
Perfect.
take me into a car and fuck me. So
Wow.
it was funny. I was asking the guy, I said, do you usually get a lot of porn stars? Because I noticed that he was using all porn girls for the roles of the hookers. And he said, well, yeah, they usually would use voice actors, but they could never get the sex sounds right. So he said, well, might as well go to the professionals.
Go to the source.
And he even said, wow, it's amazing how easily you can turn it off and on. Like 1 minute we'll be having conversation, and then the next minute we're like, oh yes, baby.
Experience prevails.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience having sex.
Yeah.
So
And you're a pro at this point.
Yeah, so that was really fun. I'd never done anything like that before.
Right on. Congratulations. Today we're going to be stuffing things in your butt.
Yes.
And tell us about your experience with that, and when did you start enjoying that part of your fun life?
Well, my first anal experience was actually, I guess it was an accident. I was having sex with my boyfriend at the time, and he was fucking me, and then he was fucking my ass, and I thought he meant to do that, but then a few days later, I said, oh, so, that time when you put it in my ass, it was really hot, and he was like, I didn't fuck you in the ass. I was like, well, I think you did. I think I would know. It was definitely not in my vagina.
Oh.
But it was enjoyable. I mean, it was really, I guess it just feels really intense, and you really feel like you're getting stretched. So, I mean, I wasn't having anal sex as regularly as I do now that I'm in porn, but I did dabble sometimes, and I always used to. By pure coincidence, all my boyfriends usually were pretty well endowed too. So
So big things wasn't not that big of a surprise.
Yeah. So that was the funny thing when I got into porn. One of my friends mentioned, I think it was a scene with James Dean, and she was like, "Oh my God, that guy's cock is so big! I can't believe you managed to fit it in your ass." And I was like, Is it big? I guess I've just been spoiled with big dicks all my life. One of my boyfriends in Scotland who he used to fuck me like a porn star, and I used to just think that was how people had sex.
Wow.
Because he was one of my first boyfriends, and all the time I've always I guess I just have a sixth sense. I find these people out, these
you can sniff out a big
sexual maniacs, where every guy that I've seriously dated, they've always had this incredible stamina and a really big cock. Nice. And it's not on purpose. I'm not
right. You're not out hunting it down.
Hunting, but the guys that I always end up really connecting with the most just happen to be really good and bad.
Right on.
Maybe it's because I'm a slut and I always find out right away if they're good and bad or not.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing to find out soon.
That's why I will always, well, not always, but most of the time I will sleep with a guy on the first date, because I don't want to date a guy for a couple of weeks. Finger. Yeah, and then start developing feelings for that person, and then all of a sudden I figure out that they're awful in bed and
Wow.
can't satisfy me, and then I would have to go through the guilt of being like, do I have to now dump this person just because they're bad in bed? I don't want to be that bitch.
I
So
think-
just find out right away.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule of thumb. So there you go,
Yeah.
people. Whip it out on the first date.
Hell yeah. Find out what you're getting into.
Don't fuck around, and vice versa. Like find if that pussy's gonna rock your world.
Exactly. I mean, you never know.
Good advice.
Yeah. Be a slut.
So,
Be a safe slut.
be a safe slut. Well, today is gonna be pretty safe. You're just putting big ass things in your asshole.
Yeah. I guess
So we're gonna play around, have some fun, and thank you for being here. And tell people how to get a hold of you.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at skin_diamond. And once my site eventually launches, you can find me on there too. I'll be doing like webcam shows and little DIY scenes and stuff like that. So that'll be skindiamondvip.com.
Outstanding. Well, thank you for the fireside chat, beautiful.
Well, thank you.